Hi Leo, welcome to your November reading. I am so grateful to be able to spend this precious time with you and bring you messages that you need to hear from the Most High, from your spiritual team. So thank you for choosing to pour into yourself with these messages that are going to come through. I've already prayed and meditated over this reading, and in your meditation, I got a very interesting message. So I first saw you running, like you were being chased. You were running from something, and you were almost kind of panicked and freaked out, and it kind of freaked me out, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then you stopped running and turned around. And when you turned around, it was you. So it was like you were running from yourself or something, from something. I feel like this is something that's been going on for a little bit with you, where you have been trying to run away from something that you haven't wanted to deal with, haven't wanted to face. And then Spirit shifted gears, and I saw you sitting in your room kind of like flipping pages in a magazine, where it was this very chill, like nothing's going on. You're just kind of aimlessly flipping pages in a magazine. So it was kind of like giving me this energy of there's things going on that you're aware of that you don't want to look at or haven't wanted to deal with. So you're, it was kind of like, if I'm being honest, kind of like a stuck energy. Like, I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to read this magazine. I know it's there, but I'm not looking at that. And when you're really, in a moment, it's like, oh, I want to get as far away from this emotion or this thought or this thing that I need to release. I want to get as far away from it as possible. So we'll see, what comes through in the cards here, and intuitively what Spirit's really trying to get through here to us, okay? So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or maybe even Mars. If you have any of those significant Leo placements, then this reading is for you. And we are setting the intention for November. But really it's the next 4 to 6 weeks. So whenever you find this, know that it's the message for you and the next 4 to 6 weeks. So let's go ahead and see what came out here. My intention with shuffling was to get the overall message here for you. So we have number 4, Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. And then we have number 29, Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. Okay. So I feel like Badger energy has been coming up for you. Maybe not like specifically like here's Badger Spirit coming up for you, but the energy of it, where you feel like you need to be fearless and bold in a certain aspect of your life, a certain area of your life, but you are coming up against resistance to taking action on this, to really being the emperor in your life. Because I feel like there's certain things that you just don't want to have to deal with or look at right now. This is not placing blame or shame or anything like that. I'm just telling you the energy that's coming through. I feel like Spirit is quite literally wanting you to see the bigger picture and what you've been intuitively guided to be fearless and bold and go after. It's not just so that you can say, I am the emperor of my life and I've made these choices and decisions and, I am the one. It's not just like that. There is a bigger picture to all of this that they're wanting to bring through for you. There is a bigger picture. They're almost hitting me over the head with this. They need you to see the bigger picture of what it is they want you to take action on. So let's get some tarot. I want to get more specific, Spirit. What do you want them to take action on? Specifically, what do you want Leo to take action on? Please and thank you. Please be clear and concise so that we can take action on this. What specifically do you want Leo to take action on? I feel like the number 4, 44, or 444, I feel like those are significant numbers or angel numbers that you see. This is interesting. I feel Spirit is wanting you to kind of, it's like being the hero of your own life, of your own story. And look, all of these are reversed. We have the Hanged Man, 3 of Cups, and King of Swords reversed. Your internal dialogue is, it's getting better, but I feel like it can be quite harsh. If I'm being perfectly honest, the message Spirit's telling me about your internal dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, can be kind of nasty sometimes. And I know that you're aware of this, and this is something that you've been actively working on to heal, to be gentler and kinder to yourself. But this is something that they need you to figure out a way to put into intense practice, radical self-love, radical acceptance right now. It is paramount that we shift our thoughts and our old patterns and belief systems about ourselves from one of shame and guilt and frustration with ourselves in whatever, all of the aspects, that is shifted into love, into acceptance, radical love, radical self-care. It's imperative, because you have to be your own best friend. You have to. You have and will continue to have many deep, wonderful, nurturing relationships and friendships in your life. But it has, like, the core of that has to come from you. You have to learn how to do this in a different way. So the feeling that I'm getting, this rebirth that Spirit is wanting you to give yourself, needs to be done in a different way. I feel like maybe you spend a lot of time listening to tarot readings or doing that kind of divination for yourself to help get clarity and answers. And I feel like they're not saying that's wrong. I feel like they're asking for you to go about getting answers and clarity on how to nurture yourself in a different way. Can you give me more information? How do they do this in a different way, Spirit? How do you want them? 7 of Pentacles. So this is like taking action on growing something. Actionable steps every day. And I'm actually getting that movement is a big part of this for you. Moving your body. It's so interesting because Cancer got a similar message yesterday. So you could have a major Cancer placement. And that moving your body is not, for you, is not just about exercise. It is about moving energy through you. And I feel like a lot of your energy gets trapped in your mind, gets trapped in your body, and that turns into ruminating thoughts, feeling bad about yourself, thinking of all the things you think you should be doing and you're not doing it. So it's this constant loop of beating yourself up, even if you don't realize you're doing it. It's like it's so often, all the time, that your brain is almost on this constant, even subconscious loop of criticizing yourself, of beating yourself up, thinking that you're not where you should be at this point. You're not healed enough. You're not knowledgeable enough or wise enough. And the Hanged Man reverse is really telling me that you have all of this knowledge within you. You have done so much work. It's a matter of putting it into actionable practice. Action. Mars, Aries, actionable steps every single day. So moving your body, maybe it's starting a garden where you start to grow foods from yourself that you know are healthy, that don't have any chemicals on them. You know the soil that was in you're taking. Oh, you know what they say about talking to plants. And if you talk ugly to a plant every single day, it starts to wither. It doesn't grow right. It really starts to warp and can sometimes die. If you talk life and love into a plant that you're nurturing every day, it's scientifically proven that it blooms, it grows, it flourishes. You have to look at yourself like that, and maybe a good actionable step is to buy a plant that you've had your mind on, that really speaks to you, that you feel a connection with, and just nurture that plant every single day. Use that plant as a connection to yourself, because there is a saying that if someone gifts you a plant and it starts to die, look at your relationship with that person. Is that relationship wilting, withering? That there's some kind of direct correlation with a plant that someone gives you and your relationship with that person on whether it flourishes or it withers. So look at that as an extension of yourself, of your aura, of your soul. You're taking actionable steps to nourish it. I think you're a visual person, and you need to have this thing that you start small, baby steps, this thing that you nurture and take care of and look after every single day. And maybe put even a little note on the pot that you get of this plant that says something motivating or inspirational, like this plant is an extension of me. I love this plant and I love myself, or something like that. What resonates, what speaks to you. I also feel like water is very significant to you. So setting an intention when you take a shower, when you take a bath, that the water that's washing over your body is cleansing you from the day's negativities, the heaviness, the energies from your mind, your own thoughts, things that are plaguing you. That visualize that water cleansing you, and when it goes down the drain, it is no longer attached to you. This is an amazing practice that I would recommend to anyone, but I feel like this is something that you really, really need to do for yourself over the next couple months, I'm feeling. It feels like a big energetic upgrade that you're going through. And so in turn, you're going through a purging and a cleansing. And you need to be taking actionable steps along with the energy that's already supporting you to help move this through. Okay. It's action. It's action that needs taken. You are going through a rebirth. There's something about adaptability coming through, being more flexible in certain areas of your life as a practice. So I feel like that, you could be a little bit fixed in certain energies. And I feel like practicing adaptability and flexibility in your life, I'm trying to think of a good example. So maybe you get really frustrated in traffic when you're driving, and you find yourself in a situation where someone is really blocking the flow of traffic. It's hanging you up like in a parking lot or something, and you're having to wait an extremely long time for someone to like back into a parking spot, or maybe somebody steals the spot you're about to pull in. Instead of jumping to your default, which is frustration, agitation, anger, even maybe, to give yourself a pause and deep breathe through it. And is this really something that should affect me that deeply in this moment? Do I have an extra 90 seconds to allow this person to do whatever silly thing they're doing before I go on with my day? Is there another parking spot I can pull into? It's not about letting people get away with crappy behavior so much as it's not allowing that energy to affect you. I hope that makes sense. But I do feel like you're somebody who would really benefit to nurture this practice, and like making little Post-it notes. Maybe put one in your car that just says breathe, where you'll see that when you run into a situation like that. Or, by your bed, about positive habits that you want to help cultivate before you go to sleep. Maybe on your kitchen cabinets, but they shouldn't be criticizing. They have to be uplifting. They have to be loving and nurturing and motivating for you, from you, for you. I hope that makes sense. That is something that they need you to take action on ASAP. This is how you become the emperor of your life. And you're very close to achieving this. But these thoughts and the way that you treat yourself and speak to yourself consciously and subconsciously are paramount to you getting to the next level. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. Can we have more energy on the giraffe, spirit animal? See the big picture. See the big picture through all this, Spirit. We have the Nine of Cups reversed. You have been manifesting, thank you, a wish fulfillment for your circumstances to change, more abundance. I'm hearing infinite abundance. You have been manifesting infinite abundance for yourself. And what we have here, we have Five of Cups and Knight of Wands. Make sure you can see all this. Five of Cups, Knight of Wands. And then down here we have the Fool. Okay, we have the Fool and we have Page of Pentacles. Yeah. The big picture here that they're wanting you to see, why this is so important over the next 4 to 6 weeks, really. If you can, I mean, I feel like this is hard for you to do. I feel like this is a challenge. Why do I feel like it's a challenge? Because we're having to do some more shadow work. We're having to really look at the way that we treat ourselves, speak to ourselves, and take actionable steps to shift this, to fix it. You have been manifesting a new start. Infinite abundance is what I'm hearing again. From a place of absolute lack, I feel like lack in the material world, lack in how you feel about yourself. I feel like you've done a lot of work to get to a place of stability within and feeling content regardless of what's going on in your life, but this is taking it to the next level. And so I feel like because we're looking at how you speak to yourself at any time really, but how you speak to yourself when things are rough or if you've made a mistake, man, that is what has to be shifted. That's what we need to focus on, because you're a human being having a human experience, and mistakes only lead us to greatness. They help us see, they provide clarity. When we do something wrong, we know not to do it again. That way, you can't look at it as a failure, it is growing. But I feel like you're really hard on yourself. Really hard on yourself. So what's coming through here pretty swiftly is a new beginning, particularly in finances, in abundance, in stability. A new beginning when it comes to feeling like if something goes wrong with your car, I've got the resources to fix it. There's more to this than just resources coming in, because I do feel that deeply. I feel it deeply. I feel this sunshiny lightness. I can take a deep breath, but it's like right before this comes in, because it is coming in quickly. It's coming in swiftly. They want you to acknowledge where you are still living in an energy of, I'm such an F up. You know, I've screwed this all up. I should be better than I am. I should be doing more than I am. Why can't I just get it together? Like, they need you shifted out of that energy. They're like hitting me over the head with a frying pan with this reading to express how imperative, how paramount it is to help get you shifted out of this energy and into one that is loving, that is courageous. When I say courageous, you're already courageous, but it is a courageous act to love yourself radically and to allow yourself the room to mess up and not just mentally beat the crap out of yourself when those things happen. You know, allowing yourself to be a human being. It is courageous to allow yourself the freedom to exist as a human being and make mistakes. You are so supported by Spirit. Spirit can see what's on the horizon for you, and it is bigger and more beautiful and just very bold. This new energy that you're moving into, that you're falling into. You can't see what's going on, but it is being divinely created for you. So all of these pieces are parts of the tapestry. And there's like this big snag right now in your tapestry. And that snag is the way that you view yourself and talk about yourself. There has to be a shift in how you love yourself. They just guided me to the bottom of the deck, and it's the Ten of Swords. There has to be an ending to the painful ways you've been existing and treating yourself. Okay, it's Badger, be fearless and bold in radically loving yourself, accepting yourself, nourishing yourself and nurturing yourself. So for some of you, there may even be pieces here about how you nourish your body. Maybe you try really hard through the day to make conscious, like eating, judgments on things that you consume, and as the day wears on and just things in life happen, by the evening maybe you're like, I don't care, I just want to eat something that makes me get where I get that hit of dopamine after this long day. And so then maybe you don't make the wisest decisions for how your body feels. Don't think about it. If you're someone who's like beating up on yourself about your weight, you have to stop that. You can't look at it in terms of, well, I keep eating stuff that makes me feel fat. How does it make your body feel? Do you have trouble sleeping? Does it make your body feel yucky? Do you feel sluggish? Do you wake up in the morning, have trouble waking up in the morning? Does it give you acne? You know, there's all these different ways that food affects our bodies than just weight gain or loss. And it's kind of a call to look at that also. And how does it make you feel? Do you feel more irritable the next day? As an example from my own life, something that I wasn't aware of until I had children, red dye number 40 seriously affects one of my children in a really negative way. It is so hard on them, and it makes them super agitated. They have meltdowns. They're like bouncing from wall to wall. It is really hard to watch, and I know it's hard for them because they can't control it. When I made that connection and we stopped allowing them to have food that had dye in it, though, like those meltdowns just stopped. It was crazy, and it was really hard to do because their favorite treat food was Sour Patch Kids, which is just dye and sugar. You know, it's not like I let them eat it all the time, but that was kind of their treat food when they, you know, did a good job on something, or after dinner every once in a while. And so when we removed that, it was like night and day. So it's just an example of looking at food or the things we consume in a different way. How does it make you feel? So that is also coming through. I feel really called to get a few more messages here from our Crow Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming up for the next 4 to 6 weeks? Anything that you want to give Leo some insight on? Some insight on what's coming up over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Something you want to prepare them for. I do feel like something is shifting in your world soon. By soon, I mean like 1 to 2 months. Something major is shifting in your world soon, and this is all really important stuff that they are bringing through for you to get you in that, even more in that energy, and the energy of receiving, of being able to receive, of being fully in your power. You deserve it. You deserve the good things coming in for you, and you deserve to be fully in your power, ready to accept and receive the gifts that are coming in for you. So thank you, Spirit. What else is coming up on the horizon for Leo? Let's see what flipped out here. Number 11 again, 9, 10, 11. So we have an 11 here and another 11. Curiosity. Oh, yeah, and the doors open. They're kind of so there's some new door opening for you to a new world, to a new abundance, a new abundant life or lifestyle that is totally foreign to you. This is literally the Fool energy, brand new to you, that they're trying to prepare you for after maybe what I would call a rainy season in your life, a challenging season in your life that is really coming to a close. I feel like you're going to be seen that's interesting. I don't know how you're going to be seen, but people are going to be watching you. People are going to be curious about you as you navigate this new realm that's being opened up to you. They're going to see, how did Leo do that? Who is this person? How have they transmuted all of these things? How did they get this brand new start in this way? And it does feel like you're going to be kind of revered, or people are going to be so smitten is the word I'm hearing, smitten by you, curious about you, that you're going to be watched and looked at. Yeah. The galoshes here are really standing out to me. So maybe you just bought some new rain boots or something like that. Maybe you have a pair of rain boots you really love. It's interesting because, I don't know, there's something about those galoshes that are just really standing out here to me. I also feel like there's an element of surprise about what else is coming. And so there's nothing that you really need to be prepared for in the sense of this new thing that's coming around the corner. It's meant for you. It's divinely created for you. It has always been meant for you. But this other energy of your internal stuff that needs shown, that's the important thing right now. That's what seems really, really important about the next 4 to 6 weeks for you, Leo. Seeing yourself in a different way, loving yourself. And I love this because there's a picture of a crow on the wall of the crow's house. So like they have a picture of themselves on the wall because they love themselves, because they hold themselves in such reverence and gratitude, grace. They are appreciative of themselves for all that they have gone through and the storms they have weathered, and that they are here now, curious about the next step on their journey, which is very, very different from anything that you are used to. It is out of the box. It is surprising. People are going to see you. People are going to be watching you, and it's not in a creepy way. It's almost like you're doing something. You've been elevated to some position that is a place of being seen by others on purpose. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Can we have are there any other messages for Leo here? Any other messages for Leo, please and thank you. If this reading has resonated so far, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Routine. Those are totally free ways to help me and the channel here. Yeah, your routine is changing. And that was what we've talked about this whole time, changing your routine, to see yourself in a different light, to shift that perspective, to get yourself on that number 4 Emperor path, you know? The Hanged Man upside down, doing something different. being seen in a different way. The way that you will be seen by others is going to be very unique, very niche, very specific to you. And you might even be doing something differently, where you kind of take a leap of faith and say, I am going to do this creative thing that I want to create, and I'm going to do it in this crazy way that I've dreamed up or been guided to do by spirit. You're going to be doing something in a different way, and that's part of why you're going to be so seen. Look at this. And then we have freedom. All of this, the resources coming in, being seen by others. You're going to be freeing yourself from those mental constrictions, the things that have held you back and made you feel small, made you just beat yourself up. There's so much freedom here. People are going to be watching you and wondering how you did this. I just keep hearing watching you with reverence. People will care about you because you care about yourself. It's like that old adage, you can't love someone until you learn to love yourself. Well, all these people are going to be watching you and caring about you, and that you are going to be leading in some kind of way, will be able to fully hear your message or see you for who you are because you first saw yourself. You took that time, that precious time. And there really may be a message for you in the Cancer reading. So if you feel called to listen to that, I would really, really suggest it. It's not the same message, but it seems like a very similar theme, freedom, number 19, the Sun card. I feel like number 19 could be a significant number for you, but it also reduces to a 10, a completion, the end of an old way of being, a rebirth into the new way of being. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Leo, for spending your precious time with me. If this reading resonated, please like, share, or subscribe. Leave a comment down below. If you don't know what to comment, just leave a purple heart, or you could leave a crow emoji, or I don't know if there's a giraffe emoji. But yeah, or a horse. I would say a horse for freedom. Yes. If you're curious about booking a personal reading with me or just connecting with me, you can find that information at my website at thecl.com. And I am so grateful again that we spent this time together. Leo, please take excellent care of yourself until we meet again. Bye.